Hi guys, so today's video will be a little bit different. I thought I would kind of talk about my experience switching to natural deodorants coming from your generic drugstore bought deodorant or antiperspirant with aluminum in it. And it's kind of a PSA in a way to kind of tell you guys what the ingredients are in antiperspirants you may be using and why they may not be so great for you, and like why I switched over, and just how the process went, what you can expect if you are wanting to make a similar change, or maybe you are also doing this and you want to kind of be like, is that normal? Like compare results, girl. Then you are in the right place. So we're gonna be talking about being stinky and like armpits and stuff, so if that kind of thing freaks you out, maybe not the video for you, but I believe it's something we have to talk about. Nor the swatches on my arm. I just did like a giant makeup haul, and beauty product haul, so if you're interested in that, look up in the cards. So let's start from the beginning. The deodorant I was using and the brand I've been using for a while has been Secret, and I mean no shade to Secret at all whatsoever. I've been using their products for a long time. I actually have like 2 of these right now that have not been being used recently. So, you know, we're all familiar with Secret, Dove, what are the other ones? Lady Speed Stick, whatever. And this is actually an antiperspirant and deodorant. This is just the summer one, whatever. This is what I have. And if you read the ingredients, it has aluminum, zirconium, tetrachlorohydrex, GLY, 19.2%. So that's like very, very high, and that's an antiperspirant. That's what its purpose says it is, and the use says reduces underarm wetness. So what happens, I didn't really know this. I didn't really know the difference between a deodorant and an antiperspirant. This is both, and the natural one is just a deodorant. So what an antiperspirant does is it clogs your sweat glands and makes it so you don't sweat, and then the deodorant part makes it so you don't smell in case there is any wetness. But it literally clogs your pores and makes it so a natural bodily function that everyone does, you know, you sweat to cool your body down. It's a natural thing. It's normal. It may not smell the greatest, but like it's normal. It's what your body's supposed to do. These products actually like stop that altogether, and if you think about it, that doesn't really sound healthy. Doesn't really sound like something you should be doing to yourself. So literally I've been using like store-bought deodorants like this for years and years, like probably like 10 years, like ever since I started getting BO under my armpits, and my mom was like, we need to get you a deodorant. So I feel like a lot of people use these. You don't really know the difference. You just pick it up because you don't want to smell bad. But my mom would always say, like, you know, there's aluminum in that, try not to use it too much, you know, stuff like that. But like she uses it too, so I always thought you couldn't avoid it because all these products have aluminum in it, but it's not good for you. It can be related to breast cancer. If you think about it, you're putting it under your armpit, which is right next to your breast. For guys and women, like, breast cancer is a real thing, and you don't really want an ingredient that's been linked to it in studies that close to that area that would be affected by it. So that's a little scary. I always kind of knew that. My mom always like told me that, but I never knew what to use instead. I think I tried like a Tom's deodorant or something, and it was just so like creamy and never dried. Felt disgusting, and I just had a really bad experience with that natural deodorant. I'm sure if I like tried it again, it would be fine. I'd probably use too much or whatever, but that's why I never really went to a natural deodorant. Then this company, Rustic Maka, make a product called Pachy deodorant, which is a natural deodorant. It's not an antiperspirant, just a deodorant, which means that it kind of keeps your underarms from smelling bad and having odor. It doesn't stop you from sweating. It just like takes that moisture, and it has like antifungals in it, like natural antifungals, so that you don't get fungus. I don't know what would happen if you didn't have that, but it makes it so that that odor isn't there. So they sent me this. This is what I have switched to. It's their odor fighting deodorant in the scent Sweet Lemonade. They have so many kinds of scents on their website. They have ones with like bergamot in it. They have one for guys. They have like ones with lavender in them, and they all sound so amazing. It was so hard to choose, and this is just the travel size one I've been using. It's 1 ounce. I've been using this for probably 3 to 4 weeks now, and there's still like a lot left. It's a solid, just like anything else, although they do say that it can melt, but if it does happen, you just put it in a cool, dark place, but it doesn't like affect the effectiveness of the products, but that's just because this has pure essential oils in it. It has a 12-month shelf life, which is really good for a natural product. It's USA made, it's vegan, it's cruelty free, and the directions are to gently rub a small amount on each underarm, air dry for a few minutes. And at first I thought like it was going to be a really wet formula like that Tom's one I used, but it's really not. I just rub it on like before I get dressed. And a nice thing about using this, like if you use like a store-bought one, you put on like a black shirt or anything dark after you put this on and it will leave those little deodorant lines. This one won't do that. You won't get white like stains or spots on your shirt if you put this on before you get dressed, so that's really nice. And I used to like stand around with my armpits open like letting it air dry, but like nothing happens if you don't. I don't think that's a big deal, just don't use too much. So this is like a really smooth buttery product. It feels nice to put on. The ingredients in this one they're like all natural. They're natural and effective ingredients, it says, and a lot of them are organic. It has Arrowroot tapioca powder, which is organic, has shea butter fruit, which is organic, coconut oil, organic, aluminum-free baking soda. It has Candelilla wax, it has orange peel oil, vanilla beans, and ethyl alcohol, and it has lemon peel oil. And I probably butchered some of those names, but you can pronounce and recognize everything that's in there. You know what it is, which makes me feel really good. So let's go back to the ingredients for a little bit. Aluminum. They sent me this really cool chart that says like what's in their deodorant versus what's in regular deodorants. And so the first one is aluminum, this is the list of what's in their deodorants. So the purpose of aluminum is to prevent perspiration, and it says it's a known neurotoxin linked to breast cancer, prostate cancer, and Alzheimer's disease. And it says that all these statements haven't been approved by the FDA. That information has been taken from various sources, but there have been studies that like link these things. They also have parabens in them, which are a preservative, which is linked to birth defects, sterility, cancer, and organ toxicity, suspected endocrine disruptor, which may interfere with hormones, which is really scary that your deodorant could be messing up your hormones. They also have propylene glycol, which retains moisture and keeps product from drying out. And it says it may cause damage to the central nervous system, heart, and liver. Like, just reading this, I was so terrified, and like kids use deodorants like this. Like, a lot of people use these. It's pretty mainstream. They also has, I can never pronounce this word, phthalates, which help the product cling to the skin and make it more spreadable, which increased the likelihood of cell mutation, possible disruption of endocrine receptors linked to birth defects. A lot of birth defect links here. They also have triclosan, which is antibacterial and antifungal, which disrupts the endocrine receptors and immune system, can build up in the tissues. I don't see triclosan in here, but it could be like hiding under another name. I don't see propylene glycol in here either, but again, could be hiding another name. A lot of these words look really similar. It's not going to say if there's parabens in them. They each have specific names, but there is definitely aluminum in here. And the other ingredient this says is found in the store-bought deodorants are artificial fragrances for scent, which may cause irritation to nose, eyes, and throat. Repeated exposure linked to endocrine disruption and several types of cancer, just for the scents that are in here. And usually it does say fragrance in here, so you don't know if that's artificial or what. And then cornstarch, which thickens the product, which may cause inflammation, magnifies latex allergy, a known allergen and irritant, prohibits wound healing, promotes bacteria growth. So do I see cornstarch in here? I don't, but still, that could be called something else. Or maybe I'm just not reading this carefully enough because the font is tiny. So just reading all of that is pretty scary, and I don't want to like scare you guys or anything. That's what this brand just has on their brochure. So, I mean, do a little more research on it if you're really into it and concerned about it. But then on the list of what's in their product, they use organic shea butter, which moisturizes and softens underarm skin. It's anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, soothes wounds, burns, sores, scars, dermatitis, psoriasis, and skin rashes, improves wrinkles and blemishes, and so on. Organic coconut oil, which moisturizes and nourishes underarm skin, which contains vitamin E and essential fatty acids. Antimicrobial, prevents flaking, treats psoriasis, dermatitis, and eczema. Organic arrowroot powder, which thickens the product and absorbs sweat, is a natural exfoliant in the place of propylene glycol, which retains the moisture and keeps the product from drying out, which is in the store-bought deodorants, which, you know, can be linked to problems with the nervous system. This also has baking soda, which is odor control and natural exfoliant, and it says it fights the growth of bacteria and absorbs perspiration. On their website, it does say that some people's like pH of your sweat can interact strangely with baking soda, so they do make a variety that doesn't have baking soda in it if you know you have a problem with that, so that's really cool. The Rustic Maka deodorant has Candelilla wax, I can't pronounce it, I'm so sorry, which has a purpose of smoothing product texture and is the vegan alternative to beeswax, which is interesting. And it's a topical aid to inflammation such as acne, skin disorders, and other skin allergic reactions. And then essential oils instead of artificial fragrances, which are used to scent, and they're antibiotic, antiseptic, antifungal, antioxidant, so on. Their ingredients just definitely trump the ones of the store-bought deodorants, and this isn't even an expensive product. It's very affordable, so it's not like you're paying an arm and a leg to not have these nasty things in your deodorant. So right away, I automatically wanted to switch to the natural deodorant. They're plant-based, like all of the ingredients are like topical, like herbal things that have probably been used for centuries. You know, things, it said they had purposes such as like healing wounds and stuff, and that's in your deodorant. Wouldn't you rather have that than stuff that can lead to birth defects? Just saying. So now I'm going to move on to my experience switching to this product. So I watched some other videos on YouTube, and I kind of read a lot on their site. They have a lot of like FAQs, and it's really helpful, so I definitely recommend checking that out if you are considering it. But it does change your body a little bit. So what they say is that you need to give it like a week. I said a week or two after stopping use of the store-bought deodorant and going to the natural deodorant to kind of let your body flush out all the toxins that are in there, because your body hasn't been allowed to sweat because you've been clogging up the sweat glands with the antiperspirant. And when you're not using an antiperspirant anymore and just a deodorant, you will sweat more than you usually do. So that's kind of the transition phase, which doesn't sound that fun, but honestly it wasn't that bad. It was just like a week or two, and I'm kind of past that now, and I think my body's more normalized and I'm not sweating as much. But during that week or two, you are going to want to shower every day or every other day. I had to like change my shirt like during the day a couple times when it smelled bad. You're going to want to use a lot of body spray. You're going to want to carry this around to reapply throughout the day. I think they suggest that. Even now, I suggest doing that, especially if it's a hot day or you're running around a lot or whatever. Keep this in your bag. And even if it melts or gets too cold, you can either stand it up straight and it will solidify again, or you like rub it between your hands to warm it up again, and then you can apply it again. So even if you're in a weird temperature, this stuff will still work. You just have to get it back to its like solid form. You do sweat quite a bit. Some of your shirts might get a little damp, but if you're on top of it and you're paying attention, and I don't know, it felt good to like know that I was doing that for my body, getting all those toxins and getting all the sweat that was supposed to come out of my body. You know, showering more is not like a problem. It's a good thing, good for your skin and all of that nonsense. So there definitely is a transitional period. My body does sweat more now because I'm not stopping it from sweating, and you don't really notice the scent your sweat has when it's interacting with the antiperspirant. It smells different when you're getting rid of all the toxins in your body. So like the first week or two, they say your sweat might be stronger, more potent, but again, just touch up a lot, wash your armpits. What I did was use baby wipes and kind of wipe them off if it was really bad and I couldn't take a shower right away. So that's a little tip for you guys, or take like a soapy paper towel if you're at work or whatever, and just like wash them and then reapply it. So there is a little bit of maintenance involved, but it feels so good to not have all that awful stuff on my skin anymore. I've always wanted to switch to natural deodorant, and I just thought it would be too difficult, but once I did research I was like, nah, it's fine, and I found a brand that makes a good one. So in the future I definitely love to try their other scents. I'm getting like a little bit sick of this one. It's like really citrusy, which isn't my favorite, but I thought, oh, lemonade, that'll be fun for summer. So I think what I'd suggest is like getting multiple scents and kind of switching it up so you're not smelling the same thing every single day. Just a thought. If you do want to just try it out and not know if you want to commit, they do make this 1 ounce size. I think their usual size is like 3 ounces or something. So you can just get little travel size versions just to test it out. And yeah, you just have to be aware that your body is going to sweat, and it might smell weird, and you just gotta shower more and kind of deal with it. But in the end, I think it's worth it because you're not putting all that crap on your body. It's just a huge weight off my conscience to know that I'm not doing that to myself anymore and using a harmful product, that I'm using something that's good for me, that my body has been kind of flushed out from all the toxins. So that's why and how I switched to natural deodorant from your typical store-bought antiperspirant. I hope this video was helpful to you guys in some way. Thank you for watching all the way towards the end. I know this was kind of long. My bad. There's just like a lot of detail. It's just mind-blowing how many people may not know the harmful ingredients that are in something they use every single day, and that there's like an alternative to it, and that it's not really natural to stop your body from sweating. Like, if you think about it, that's actually pretty terrifying. That's like if you could like stop yourself from peeing all the time. Wouldn't that be awful? You'd have so much like built up, just no. Let the body do its thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you did in the comments below. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to join the MissglamBAM fam. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and feel free to ask me any questions down below if you want to know about an ingredient or something. I'm no expert. I'm just reading what I've read through my own research and just hearsay and what this company has sent me and told me. So that's very, very cool. Thank you to Rustic Maka for sending me this product. Definitely a life changer, and I will continue to use it. Although things may get a little dicey, like if you go to the gym, you may need to like wear one of those scoop neck tanks so your sweat isn't like staining your shirt. But other than that, I think it's a doable transition. Don't be afraid of it if it's something you want to do. And yeah, I hope I was able to help you in some small way, and I'm sorry if I grossed you out. So until next time, thank you for watching, and you're at the BAM. 3, 2, 1, BAM!